Just who is this girl? Did I swear I saved it on like a transition. Okay, I thought so. Did I already read that? Yes. The answer is yes. Crap, I missed that. Who is this? As I knock and enter the office, Chief Senomiya stands up to welcome me. Well, that answers my question.
Yeah,
I sit on the guest sofa as told. He holds out a triangular-shaped brownish treat. It's about the same size as the sandwiches sold in convenience stores. I pick one up and notice how sticky it is. I can imagine the taste just from touching it. How does that work? I then take a bite. Just like I thought. If anything, I don't think I could finish one without some tea. He sits down on the sofa facing me and hesitantly brings up the subject. I came here to report on exactly that. As for the Gitana, I don't think they're for me. I put it down on a plate so I can talk. After I lick my sticky fingers, I begin my report. Wait, already? He must be really curious about the robot club. Or should I say, his daughter. What an adorable father. He reminds me of my own dad back in Tokyo. Ah, no! No! Don't make me cry all over again. Wait, what? I wonder what he's doing right now. Is he getting by on his own? Oh! Never mind, he's fine. Wait, this isn't the time for that. Alright, my curiosity has been piqued tenfold. He looks so happy, almost as if this were all about him. But the chief's expression quickly darkens. JAXA isn't a business. It's an independent administrative agency. So for budgets to get passed, there are all kinds of tricky paperwork and government involvement to push through. The chief is shocked by my words.
賞賛はあったり。
だってこれは単なる支援事業だよ。それに君はまだ新人の研究員で。
はい、そうですよ。でもなんとかしたいって思ってるんです。あの子たちのロボットへの夢や情熱を叶えてあげたいって。
I mean this 100%. I can sense a great deal of possibility from those kids.
君は不思議な子だね。一体何
Them
者なんだろうと
kiddos.
たまに思ってしまうよ。
I face the bewildered chief and answer with my usual smile.
やだな。私はただの新人研究員ですよ。
At this time of year, nobody sells hot drinks. And it sucks. That's what I think to myself whenever I enter Frau's room. I was at the hangar all morning, but Frau called me over. It's only a 3-minute walk, so I obliged.
どういう状況？
ランキング1位がオンラインになってる。
Huh? Cheater hunt, cheater hunt. Number 1, commonly known as Takano Ai. Their official handle is Takano Ai 1998. It's probably a play on words since Taka means hawk. Get it, Hawkeye? But in my mind, she's a girl named Takano Ai. I fought her a number of times, but I lose at a ratio of around 1 to 99. It's rare for me to win. I've always wanted to stick it to Takano Ai and knock her down a peg. I use the tip of my foot to push aside the trash and dirty clothes on the floor before sitting down with a sigh. It's lunch, so I take the melon bread from Mizuka-san's out of my bag. Frau watches enviously as I bite into it. I don't know if that's envy she's watching with.
今にもよだれたらしそうだね。
今日は何にも食べてないよ。まあ基本動かないんで1日1食でも全然平気なわけだが、おかげで太らなくて済むし。それともぽっちゃりがお好きと申すか。
もうしてないんで勝手に怒り出さないでくれるかな。
I can't help but bestow a cream puff upon her.
ほら、あげるよ。
中には睡眠薬が入っているんですね。そのまま寝込んだ私にあんなことやこんなことを。
Oh boy. It's gonna be a long one.
それなんてエロゲ。もうお嫁に行けない件について責任取ってくれなきゃお前を殺して漏れも死ぬ。
いらないなら自分で食べるからいいよ。
さあせん、いただきます。ババ、私はあなたに餌付けされたペットです。もっと恵んでください。
Oh boy. I can't keep up with her as usual. I ignore her since it's tiring to continue the charade.
うま
Frau munches away at the cream puff and smiles happily.
あのさ。
Oh, is that joy? Is that emotion joy?
本気でキルバラシステムをロボ2号機に投入するつもり？
頑張れるのロボを作るなら。
Frau uses her finger to wipe the custard cream from the side of her lips, then sucks on her whole finger. What is it with this? It's putting fingers in mouths. What is this? What is happening? What a messy eater.
キルバラシステム導入した方が頑張れるっぽくね。
コナちゃんが巨大ロボに食いつ
It's becoming a theme and it's bothering me.
ただし私に制御システムまで作らせようとした生意気メガネ、あいつはダメだ。
生意気メガネ？
Oh, him.
そういうことなら制御システムもやった方がコナちゃ
Is
ん
it
の
me?
意思は
Is it
反
me?
映されるんじゃ
Am
な
I
い？
the cheeky four eyes?
それはそうだけど満足せ。これでも私寺忙しいんで昨日も実質1時間しか寝てないんでキリ。
引きこもりなのに？
自宅警備員なめんな。ぼーっと過ごしてるだけじゃないですし、お寿司。
具体的には何してる？
キルバラの管理とかバージョンアップとか かネット巡回したりとか、エミュレーターで20年前のエロゲをプレイしたりとか、薄い本をオークションで落としたりとか。
Did you want your list in alphabetical or chronological order?
そこはこう言うべきところだよ、ヤシオ先輩。ダメだこいつ、早く何とかしないと。
She's at least self-aware that she's a mess.
でもさ、キルバルだとガンバレルはかなりのスピードで動いてるわけでしょ。あれと全く同じ動きを再現するなんて名誉部長ではできたけど、ロボ2号機じゃ無理だ。図体でかいんだから。
それは同意だから激しく動く技なんかはそもそもコマンドに組み込まなければいいんじゃね。で代わりに専用のモーションを新しく用意した方が良さげ。
モーション？体の動きってこと？
Brown nods her head a number of times.
キルバラの
All
モ
of
ー
her
ションは
heads.
戦闘用のモーションしかないから使えないわな。万博持ってった時にお前は一体誰と戦ってるんだ状態になるんで。
Just having a simple conversation with Frau can be tiring because she whips out all kinds of weird words.
パフォーマンス用に関節に負荷のかかんない無難なモーションをいくつか用意して、それをコマンドで呼び出すみたいな。
Or something. I thought she was kind of spewing whatever yesterday, but I guess she really did give it some thought.
つうわけで空手先輩を実験台にすべき。
So we should use... Oh, that was her. Getting ahead of myself. Ah, she means Juna.
あのちっこい先輩ならすごく弱そうです。だからちょっとばかし甘い言葉で垂らし込んで何でも言うこと聞かせてやろうぜ。性的な意味で。
やっぱり変態だな、コナちゃん。
And we not!
今悪党の顔してたよ。正義の味方に5秒で瞬殺される悪党ね。
ヒャッハーな人ですね。わかります。空手先輩のこともヒャッハーして汚物を消毒だ。
I seriously don't know what she's trying to say.
モーション取る機材は昨日のうちに手配したんで、揃ったら連絡するを。
俺に？
She probably wants me to talk to Juna and help set up the equipment.
俺に手伝わせたいなら勝負しなよ。
Oh my god. Really? 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 Now? Here? Now? Really? Whoa, she's super into the idea. Oh, yeah, I guess as the creator... Have we seen her play yet? Do we know how amazing she is? Or is she awful?
なんで知ってるんだ？
海上氏の対戦成績をいつもチェックしてますが何か？
管理者権限でストーカーまがいの真似をするとはね。
だから私も500戦くらいやれば勝てるかも。
そんなことさせない。勝負は一戦限定だよ。
後付け設定を打つ。自分より弱い人を何度もフルボッコにしていたというのに。
条件は俺が決める。
ボーボーすぎわろた。それならこっちにも考えがあるわな。
考え？
対戦が始まったら私はまずおもむろに先輩の前で服を脱ぎます。
You not!
はあ？
先輩はヘタレ童貞なのでポケコンを置いて逃げ出します。次にお湯を沸かしてコーヒーを入れます。服を着ます。キルバラ対戦を始めます。私パーフェクト大勝利。
Is there even a point to the coffee in that process? I was thinking the same thing.
俺が女の裸ぐらいで対戦を放り出すって、あんまり舐めないでほしいな。
That I believe.
そうなったらコナちゃんの貧相
I don't think an earthquake could stop this guy from playing KB.
ボコボコにしてあげるよ。
Can we not?
なんというド S。だがそれがいい。
Why is she blushing and looking embarrassed? This is becoming a pain. Frau tries to get me to help. I'll just get Akio to do it instead. I ate the last bit of melon bread in my hand.
そういえば母親の件は進展あった？
逆に考えるんだ。ママの消息については ヤシオ先輩が頼りだと考えるんだ。
俺に期待されても困るよ。
君島レポートの続きプリーズ。
まだ探してない。
Feels like I'm gonna have to search the entire island for it, so my motivation is low. But I can't afford to just sit around either. Subaru can take care of building Model 2, so I've been freed from my duty as Akio's watcher. Now might be a good opportunity.
でもレポートと君の母親が関係してるとは簡単に考えない方がいいよ。
それより最近なぜかツイポ上で頑張れる最終話の噂が流れ始めてるわけだが。
何それ？
I recall her telling me that the supposed true reason behind the final ep's cancellation. It's deeply tied to her mom's disappearance, or so she says.
内容自体はどうでもいい噂ばっか。でもなんで今なのかよくわかんねえ。放送終わって4年近く経ってるのに今さら最終話の噂が急に注目され始めてるのが意味不。
IDGI? I'm trying to figure out what does that mean? I don't get it. Got it. Figured it out.
ツイポのトレンドキーワードにも入ってた。
Context clues?
誰か関係者が流したんじゃ？あるいは君のお母さんかもしれない。
噂の出所はアットチャンネルっぽい。でも幻の最終話が見つかったわけじゃないし、デマっぽいってことで落ち着き。
Cheater found. We got a match? The sound came from the phone droid we've been using for the cheater hunt.
来た。高の愛だ。
Takanoi's unique ability is her AI level response time and accurate counterattacks. She shows zero hesitation, crushes every attack pattern I throw at her with insane accuracy. This isn't Yomi. She's not just reading her opponent's moves. This is on a different level. And this typically goes from the start of a match all the way to the end. Sometimes you'll get lucky and get a hit in, or she'll whiff on a counterattack and you can get a rush in. But the chances of things going well are astronomically low. Bob Lee at number 3 is a total cutie in comparison. At least he's beatable. However, Takanoai shows not even the slightest hint of mercy. Her defensive game is legit as hell and makes complete use of counters. Since she clearly doesn't mind turtling, she consistently scores perfect victories against top rankers. Takanoai never goes on the offensive, so if her opponent doesn't take the initiative, many rounds end up as draws. Kill Ballad is a game that doesn't end until someone is defeated, so these matches can go on forever. Usually, her opponent will carelessly attack out of impatience, take huge counter damage, and suffer defeat. It's been analyzed on the internet, and the longest game went for 213 rounds of draws, with Takanoai never budging. Her opponent finally lost patience in round 214, carelessly attacked, ate her counter, and was defeated. Despite being the top player in a game played by 20 million, fans don't think too highly of her and her style. When you search for Kill Ballad on Tweepo, you always see complaints about Takanoai. Her super reaction speed is on par with my slow-mo, maybe even more incredible actually. I watched the footsies and Dragon Punched, said the legendary fighting game player. Her speed is like that. I watched the footsies and Dragon Punched, that's funny. To be perfectly frank, it's inhuman. If I had to make a comparison, I'd say a match against Takanoai feels more like you're fighting a high-level CPU.
ちなみにさ、高の愛に対処法ってあると思う？
先輩も力を発動させるべき能力と書いて
Oh yeah, let me just
その力を発動させるんだ。
Wrong protagonist.
前に言ったよね。任意じゃ起こせないって。
発動には処女の接吻が
You're
必要と
thinking
は
of the other guy. What does that even mean?
だったら私のこといつでも使っておけ。
What are you talking about, lady?
個人的には同性のキスをトリガーにして能力発動とかって設定だとてらたまらんですけどね。 メガネ、生意気メガネを呼べ。ヤシオ先輩に注視ろ。
Be nice if she didn't go off the rails constantly.
マジです。
I agree.
高野も先輩と同じ能力者かも。
能力者ってなんだよ。俺のは能力じゃなくて病気だってば。もういいよ。今度はちゃんと証拠突き止めてくれよ。わざわざ付き合ってやってるんだから。
Proud nods after I say this. My chance. Fuck. Die. Perfect, flawless. No mistakes were made except for those two mistakes that were made. The moment I'm victorious, I instinctively stand up and shout.
全一を買ってやったぞ。きつい勝負だった。そんなチートは俺には通用しないんだよ。悔しかったらガチでやってみなよ。まあそんな勇気もないからプライド捨ててチートで全一に君臨してるんだろうけど、この調子で絶対にチーターどもを潰して俺が全一になってやるよ。
Let's go. The KB leaderboards are determined by cumulative match results, so my win here doesn't really change anything. But I'm still psyched to have beaten the best of the best.
いやーたぎった。
I end up stealing the Senemia's sister's catchphrase.
ヤシオ先輩、キャラ変わりすぎじゃね。さてはエロゲの主人公と同じタイプ。
Oh my god, why? Why
急に思考
though?
がド S のおっさんっぽくなるんですね。わかります。
Why must you ruin this moment?
なんて恐ろしい本性を持ってらっしゃる。だがそれがいい。ぜひその調子であの生意気メガネをいじめるの希望ぬ。ヤシオ先輩生意気メガネか。ずっと逆が正しいと思ってたけど、そっちだったんですね。これは薄い本を作る作業がはかどるな。
Ralph starts grinning creepily again, so I decide not to even bother with an interjection. Frau looks down at her own phone droid, hurriedly operating it by touch.
で、証拠を見つけた。
ぐぬぬ。
Nope.
どうしてこうなった？
Big nope. Again?
そのチート検出ソフト、性能悪すぎじゃない？
違う。じゃなくて、なんか
変？何がどう変？
ロゼッタ、ネットワーク設定は正常？
検証中。検証完了しましたわ。ネットワーク設定は正常です。
じゃあウイルスチェックよろ。
チェックを実行いたしますね。チェック完了には数分かかることがあります。
どういうことさ？
意味不すぎてテンパってきた。チートは検出されなくて、ただ服部半十郎氏が。
誰それ？
私のサークルフラウ工事郎ファクトリーの仲間だを。23歳、ニート、女。
That's an odd name for a girl.
で？
データ解析してみたら、今の対戦オンライン対戦のはずなのになぜか CPU 戦の扱いになってて。
何それ？俺確かにオンラインでマッチングしたよ。対戦相手だって高野愛のハンドルネームが表示されてた。
それは私も確認したお。わけわからん。つうかまさか私のチート狩り大作戦がここまで不発に終わるとか許せんわけだが。
全員チーターじゃなかったってことは？
それ本気で言ってるん？
いや。
Going by my matches with the three of them, they're all definitely cheaters. Humans can't move like that.
チェック完了いたしましたよ。ウイルス検出。該当が1件あります。
来たー。
For some reason, Frau raises her arms in victory.
おい、早くウイルス除去しなきゃまずいぜ。
うっせ、元気くんボットうっせ。
She's so mean to the Genki bot.
ウイルス除去ソフトを実行しますか？
Though he is really
ウイル
annoying.
ス解析している
So
数が
I don't exactly blame her.
どういうこと？
Ow.
チート検出ソフト使って今の対戦監視してたと思ったら、なぜかウイルスに感染していた。これ高野が自己防衛のために流したっぽい。干渉してきた相手に対して無差別にウイルスばらまいて目くらましとかしたのかな。つうかこっちのアンチウイルスソフトなんで機能してないん？マジふざけんな。監視結果が変なのもこのウイルスのせいかも。つうか私の裏書いてウイルス流し込むとか絶対に許さない。絶対にだ。こうなったら東京にいる仲間をチーター連中の家に直接向かわせてやりますがな。
おいおい、そこまでする？
別に警察沙汰にするわけじゃないよ。こっちにウイルス流したんだから、どういうことか説明聞きに行くだけ。私のサークルメンバーひょろいニートとかオタしかいないけどな。
Are they all Frau's yes men like that one choo-choo guy? I'm curious, but I decide not to pry any deeper. Either way, Tokyo is scary. That much is clear. Welcome to the Robot Clinic. I cover my ears with my hands and set foot into the store. Doc is usually sitting behind the counter, but today is actually working at the workbench. A big diesel engine sits on top of it. Of course, it's the one that was in Gun Build 1. Looks like he started taking it apart right away. Surprisingly, Doc notices me enter the store and turns down the music volume on his own. Oh?
こんにちは。
Surprising.
今日は気が利くね、ドク。
If only he'd do this every time. I almost end up saying that out loud, but swallow my words at the last moment.
一人か。付き添いはどうした？
うん、別行動。
Kai said he had something to do today and left early in the morning. He didn't tell me where he went. I wonder what he's doing running around alone lately. Maybe it's related to the monopole? Anyway, that's why I'm visiting the robot clinic on my own today. Either of us could have an attack out of nowhere, so we try not to do things alone. Or at least that's the promise we made way back when. I'm feeling kinda lonely.
エンジンならついさっきいじり始めたところだ。一度完全にばらしてオーバーホールする。ちゅうことは思えねえような出来に仕上げてやるよ。
うん、よろしく。首洗って待ってるから。
それを言うなら首を長くしてだろうが。
ああ、そうだっけ？
Isn't that basically the same thing?
ええ、条件は。またパーツが入りようか。何でも言ってくれや、お得意さん。
Doc slightly bends the corners of his lips. Is that supposed to be a smile?
あのロボの改良でも追っ始めるってんなら相談に乗ってやってもいい。
本当？1号機をちゃんと歩けるようにするにはどうしたらいいかとかわかる？
ふん、当たり前だ。伊達にロボドクターは自称してねえよ。
そういえばドクはいつからロボドクターなの？昔の話って今まで一度も話してくれてないよね。
お前に話さなきゃいけねえ道理はどこにもねえからな。
話してよ。
名乗ったのは20年くらい前だ。ナスダを辞める前後だな。
ナスダで働いてたんだ。
NASDA. When I was born, there were 3 space development agencies: NASDA, ISAS, and NOW. They all merged to form JAXA. Huh. My dad works for JAXA, so I know a lot about its history.
まあその話はどうでもいいだろう。要件をいいな。
There are a lot of things where I'm like, I wonder if that's actually true in reality, or if that's just something that is in this realm. Like JAXA is real, NASA is real, obviously, but there aren't any other customers. Bummer. I really wanted to hear more about his past.
今日は実は特に用はなくて、
なんだそりゃ。
パーツを買いに来たわけじゃなくて、ドクに改めてよろしくねって挨拶をしに来たんだ。
どういうことだ。
あと半年で万博でしょ。それまでの間いろいろ入り用になるから、ドクにもいろんなこと頼むと思う。なんとか半年でガンツク2を新しく作りたいの。だから協力してね。ね。
Granted, this is Doc we're talking about. He'll probably be all, as long as you pay, or something. Or so I thought, but I was wrong.
ガンツク2ってのは何のことだ。
I suddenly feel overwhelmed. It's like I can see Doc's aura flowing from his body. Like some kind of murderous intent. Oh god, why? Why is he so angry? Granted, I've never actually felt a murderous intent before, but you get what I'm saying. He was in such a good mood. What happened? Did I step on a landmine without realizing it?
何のことだと聞いている。
怒ってる？
怒ってねえよ。
どう見ても怒ってるじゃん。
うるせえ。俺はいつもこうだ。それよりガンツク2ってのは何なんだ。
あ、新しいロボだよ。ガンツク1。こないだテストした1号機はひとまず開発を凍結して万博出展用に新しくロボを作る。それがガンツク2で。
Oh, you know what? I wonder if he's gonna be upset because he made the agreement with Misa and that this isn't part of that agreement. That's where a lot of his passion came from. I wonder if that's why he's upset.
バカ野郎。
I can't believe Doc's capable of shouting that loud. I thought my eardrums were gonna shatter for a second there. No wonder he listens to music that loud every day. Why am I even getting yelled at?
1号機があんなざまだっつうのに、それをほったらかして2号機を作るだ。お前が言ってんのはな、出来の悪かった子供を捨てて新しい子供を作るっていうのと同じだぞ。お前のあのロボへの情熱っつうのはその程度のもんだったのか。違くねえ。ダメだったから1号機は諦めるってことだろうが、こらえ性がなさすぎる。これだから最近の若いやつはダメなんだ。そんな気持ちのやつが新しくロボを作ったところでどうせまた失敗で終わるだろうよ。出てけ。二度と顔を出すんじゃねえ。
ドク。
お前は姉と同じでもう少し骨のあるやつだと思ってたかな。がっかりだ。
I mean, like, if you think about it, Misa also kind of gave up on Model 1, so she's kind of exactly following in her footsteps. If you look at it that way. Doc sits down with his back turned to me.
あのね、うちだって。
He doesn't even want to listen. I know how stubborn he can be. Once he gets like this, it doesn't matter what I say. And to be honest, Doc's words hit me hard. It was like the last thing she needed to hear. I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart with a needle. I leave without saying a word. I stop and look toward the door for a bit, but of course Doc doesn't come chasing after me.
びっくりした。
I didn't think Doc was so attached to Gunbuild 1. I don't think it was Gunbuild 1. I think it was his agreement. I'm not just surprised, I'm super crazy surprised. I always thought he was more of a dry pro, but he's actually hot-blooded like Magma or something. I like people like that.
言われちゃったな。
I clutch my chest through my shirt. Like I'm abandoning my failure of a child, huh? I still plan on completing Gunbuild 1. I even decided to chip away at it the other day, even if I have to do it alone. That's why I was having Doc repair the engine. I care more about Gunbuild 1 than anybody does. Heck, I might even care more than Misa, and she designed it. But I need to put a lid on these feelings, at least for now. In order to go to the expo, in order to catch up to my sister, I decided to work on Gun Build 2. And I think I made the right call. But if I play devil's advocate and think about how Gun Build 1 must feel, I bet it feels like I've abandoned it. I bet it's tremendously sad and lonely. I feel my chest tighten. Anyway, I should head back to the hangar. If I'm banned from the robot clinic, I'm gonna need to figure out another way to obtain parts for Gun Build 2. Actually, wow. I can't believe the second person to get banned after Michi is me. What a shock. Damn, that's rough. That is a bummer. I haven't been to school in a bit, but it's unexpectedly noisy. It's summer break, but the sports clubs are here. The sound of arrows hitting their marks echoes out from the Kyudo range out in the back. There are several bicycles and motorbikes in the parking lot. There are fewer than when class is in session, but it's not empty. That being said, people rarely drop by the courtyard where the robot club room is located. It's pretty much just the soccer and surfing clubs who come to take various things out of storage. She's here! Impossible! Right next to me, Frau seems kind of nervous as her eyes wander aimlessly.
学校来たの何日ぶり？
出て転校してきた日以来。
Frau came to the island on the same day we returned from the Robo 1 Grand Finals. That means it's been over a month.
夏休みで人があんまりいないのにそれじゃ新学期はどうするの？
当然引きこもってますが何か。
Yeah, what, school? What? Why? Why would you even? The answer comes to her like it's the most obvious thing in the world. Yeah, just don't go. That's how school works. Doesn't seem like she cares a whit about graduating. Graduation? What? Huh? Then what was the point of transferring? Geniuses sure are a weird bunch.
私のことはいい。アイリタンを移せ。アイリタンの戦いぶりを。
She fared battle like a loose leaf, just whoosh, blow away in the wind. That's how I imagine she would fare in battle. She shakes her phone droid at me while making demands. Not exactly sure what she's referring to here, but that's not new, so I opt to just ignore her. Today we're going to ask Irie about Kimijima report number 3. We're planning to go and search for the report together afterwards. I have no idea where it is though. We might have to go as far as the north end of the island. I wouldn't be surprised if we were scrambling all day.
そもそもなんで集合場所学校なん？私の家でよくね。
今日のことはアキちゃんには内緒なんでね。
That's why I picked here instead of the airport. If Akio noticed us, she'd probably try to tag along. I told Akio that we'd be doing separate things today, and that struck a nerve with her. I mean, it's not like we have jobs to do until Subaru finishes the Model 2 blueprints, so I'll do as I please. I decide to call Irie out immediately. The Kimijima report seemed to be scattered across the island. That means it could take a whole day to find one.
Irie-chan, いる?
I mean, yeah, I wonder if can we get a hint, you know? Like a scavenger hunt, you gotta give a hint, otherwise it doesn't count. I take a look around the area and call out to her. Then I look down at my phone droid. Oh. She's so silly. Frau leans up against me to look at my phone droid screen. Why look at I was just thinking the same thing. Why she could use her own? She knows she could use the same thing if she used her own. See the same thing if she used her own. I know how to read. Oh my god. Stop. Stop. Stop.
コナちゃんさ、なんであえいでるんだよ。気持ち悪いよ。あと、くっつきなさんなって。
I forcefully peel Frau off my body and push her away. So like, place her in the tree and then leap. Just gently place her the toppest branch and walk away. Frau was the one who asked if we could search for the Kimijima reports together. That's why I had her come out today. My words finally snap Frau back to her senses. She takes a deep breath and hangs her head.
つい興奮しすぎたわさあせん。
お兄ちゃん
God, stop. She's definitely making fun of me. Oh, what was your first guess? I shouldn't take her too seriously. Also, again, what gave you that impression? The Kimijima reports are much more important right now.
愛梨ちゃんさ、ゲジネになれる。
Back to business.
では愛梨のどこかをタップしてくだ
Don't
さい
say it like that!
その操作いちいちしなくちゃいけないわけ？面倒なんだけど。前に勝手にゲジネになってたこともあるじゃん。だから本当はできるんでしょ？
はいできます
She admitted it?
でもお兄ちゃんとのスキンシップもっと取りたいのでこれからも愛梨のこと触ってくれると嬉しいです
Yes! Stop!
ざわざわ。
Man, out of context, that sounds really bad. In context, it still sounds a little bad. Just
おまわ
awkward
りさん
at the very
限界はこ
least.
こです。
Frau says as her eyes wander wildly.
オナちゃんほどじゃないよ。
Just.
つまり私と先輩は変態仲間ですね。わかります。
Being lumped together with her is humiliating. This conversation is going nowhere fast. Just poke her on the forehead. Just give her a... I ignore Frau again and tap on Irie.
アクセスを確認しましたゲジネモードに移行しますこんにちはヤシオさん
謝れ。全国1億2000万人のロリコンに謝れ。なんでさっきのロリ風の幼女から変えてしまったのか。私は幼女の愛梨タンが好きです。ゾウさんはもっと好きです。
Just...
でも腐った話が通じるゲジネータンも割と好き。
Now's not the time to blush. Also, can you please decide whether you're happy or sad?
いい加減話の腰を折るのはやめてくれ。本当に連れてくのやめるよ。
さあせん。
Frau covers her mouth with her hand and urges me on with her eyes.
ゲジネ。
That also sounds weird out of
ナンバー3に
context.
ついての情報を教えてくれないか。
詳細な位置情報は不明です
Dang.
AR アノテーションを可視化するためのフラグは以下の4つです1君島レポートナンバー2を発見しているゲジネより注釈フラグ1はすでに達成済み
Mm-hmm.
メヒルニの花を撮影しイルオにアップロードするアップロードはアイリおよびゲジネの指定したアップローダに行う
Okay, that I've never heard of. Species of mangrove that exists in Satsuma Peninsula in the Southeast Asia. It's a long, thin white flower. Interesting.
3
Botany.
岩屋内に設置されたジオタグを
Something.
3日連続で午後1時から午後4時まで3時間フォーカスし続ける
What? That one is incredibly specific.
4埋もれた鳥居にジオタグを付与した石を36個積むただしすでに積まれた石を落としてはいけない以上です
At this point, I'm genuinely curious. Completely, I need to know. There has to be a reason that they're this bizarre. It's not random. There is something about these specific tasks that is like seems insanely arbitrary, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be like super necessary. I want to groan. I mean, you did. You groaned. These triggers are even worse than the ones for report number 2. I mean, to be fair, none of these seem like they're gonna get you actually literally killed.
その4つのフラグ達成するとレポートゲット
Like
だぜ。
straight up almost died for one of those triggers.
いいえ、フラグをすべて達成すると、現在は隠れている君島レポートナンバー3の AR アノテーションが可視化されます。
具体的な場所はわからないままだよ。自力で探せってこと。
Yeah, and you gotta do the triggers before you can even find it.
めんどく
It
さい。
won't even appear unless you do the triggers, right?
フラグ全部達成したら呼んで。それまで。
Oh, that's a lot. Frau shrugs and attempts to leave, but I firmly grasp her shoulder from behind.
ふざけたこと言うね、コナちゃん。一人だけ楽しようなんてそんな虫のいいこと許さないよ。
さっき先輩が一緒に連れてってやらないって脅したわけだが。
数分前とは事情が変わった。手分けしてフラグをクリアするためにも一緒に来てもらう。
I've altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it further.
ぐぬぬ。
Frau looks like she wants to flee, but she's not strong enough. I can easily keep her in place by holding her wrist.
それにしても今回のフラグってナンバー2のフラグとはかなり性質が違うな。
Number 2 is mostly game related. Stuff like downloading a game app, getting a high score, or completing a go-kart race with a good time. But this is different. These triggers are all outdoorsy. And then there's the thread connecting them all.
ほとんどのフラグがイルを使うことを前提にしてるのも変だ。
I mean, that's the part that makes the most sense to me.
変でしょうか。
だってもしこのフラグを設置したのが君島光その人だったとして、君島光は10年前に死んでるからそれより前に設置されたことになるじゃないか。
10年前はイルオはまだサービス開始してなかったわけだが。
Right, but didn't he had the like early development version, right? I guess Frau is done trying to escape. Or am I misremembering that? I might be misremembering that. It wouldn't surprise me. Without me noticing, she settled down.
そういうこと。なのにイルを使うのを前提にしてるのっておかしいんじゃない？今でこそポケコンとイルオはこれだけ爆発的に普及してるけど、10年前はまだ携帯電話が主流でスマートフォンが出てきたくらいの時期でしょ。よく未来のことが分かったな。イルオが普及せずに廃れてる可能性だってあったわけで。
I guess that is a fair
もし
point.
2019年現在では手に入らないアプリになっちゃってたら、フラグは一生達成できないままだったんじゃない？
If that happened, all of his accusations would have just faded into the darkness. I mean, it's possible that
イルオの開発が本業でした。
it's possible that like he knew his accusations wouldn't mean anything if Iruo never came out, so they were mutually beneficial. Like he knew they both had to come out. Otherwise, it was all for naught.
していなかった場合でも、開発者という立場からフラグの設置が容易であるため、イルオの使用を推奨した可能性は高いです。
Yeah.
イルオのソフ
That
ト
too.
自体はフリーソフトであり、ネット上で手に入れることができます。なので、絶対にフラグを解除できないという事態にはなり得ません。
Huh. That makes sense. I guess there's no point trying to wrap my mind over these triggers. My job is to beat the game presented to me. Though, like I said before, most of the gamey elements from report number 2 are gone.
フラグの内容について吟味していこう。フラグ1はもうすでに達成済みだからいいとして。
I wonder if the triggers were designed by different people. Like, he mentioned that the number 2's triggers were very gamey, and he mentioned that specifically the one for that one fighting game, I can't remember the name of it, but he mentioned that it was it seemed like Misane had a hand in designing that one. So I wonder if like different members of the team made each like reports triggers. So maybe whoever wrote these triggers was like a hiking outdoorsy type. I am a local after all. It's a small island, so I generally know where everything is.
フラグさんにチクラの岩屋っていう地名が出てるよね。
Actually, that reminds me. Juna and I saw that whale carcass at Chikura Cavern. I wonder what happened to it.
ね、岩屋のある海岸には砂に埋もれた鳥居が立ってるんだ。メヒルギは群生してる沼みたいなところがあってね。県道75号線沿いだったりするんだな、これが。チクラの岩屋に向かうには75号から側道に入るんだけど、その側道の入り口がまさにメヒルギの沼の目の前なんだ。
つまりどういうことだってばよ。
I mean, I feel like the report would be in that area, right?
岩屋の近くにそれだけフラグが固まっているなら、ナンバー3のレポートも当然その辺りにあるはず。もっとあちこち駆けずり回されるかと思ったけど、
Makes more sense. Thank goodness.
ただ、フラグ3の達成条件はめんどくさいにも程があるね。これだけ異常に難易度が。
Yeah, that one's annoying. Well, it's not so much that they're hard, just time consuming. So yeah, just really annoying.
3日もあそこに通って毎日3時間もじっとしてるとか。
この流れなら言える。フラグを設定した君島講師はド S。
俺もそう思ったよ。
Face. Whatever. No matter how much of a pain this is, I gotta do it. She told me not to, so I am compelled. Misane knows something about Koki Mijima and his whole deal, and I want to know exactly what. I glance at the clock and notice it's a little past noon. We should hurry over to the cavern. Yeah, get an early start. Frau doesn't even have her own means of transportation, so we ended up traveling by taxi like celebrities. But since Frau paid for it, I'm not about to start complaining. I mean, yeah, she's probably loaded. I mean, not probably, she's loaded. That's right, the place is empty. She's right, the place is empty. Exactly how it was when I last came here with Juna. In other words, things are the same as usual. Oh, and that whale carcass is nowhere to be found. It must have been cleaned up. That's good. Appreciate the removal of corpses. Frau isn't smiling at all. In fact, she's been grimacing under the bright sunlight this whole time. She looks furious. That is an intimidating look. She's so pale that she looks like she could collapse at any moment. Her pasty look really feels out of place next to the tropical ocean stretching out into the distance. No. What wall? Where? What wall would you punch? She doesn't even need a wall to punch a wall. The buried gate is right over there. I'm a local and I don't even know what this thing is doing here. Either way, this gate hasn't been here for ages. It has been here for ages. Upon closer inspection, there are a number of rocks already stacked on top of the gate. Indeed, those rocks have been here for years as well. Are there more? Is it the same amount? Who stacked them? I haven't the slightest clue. I've never seen anyone stacking rocks here, and I highly doubt that's something tourists would do. I know because there's no explanation near the gate saying that it's good luck or something to do so. Maybe someday, maybe somebody else tried to activate trigger number 3 in the last 10 years? That seems unlikely. I mean, that wouldn't make sense because nobody accessed report number 2. That's the first trigger to activate access report number 3, so... Yeah. Not a single one. Challengers. I didn't expect the number to be so low, or I guess non-existent. Does that mean the rocks here are completely unrelated to the Kimijima reports?
よし、コナちゃん始めよう。1時までに36個の石を積むこと。
積むところなくね。
I mean, maybe you could just geotag like 36 rocks that are already there. I feel like that would be easier. The gate isn't that big. Every spot where a rock could be placed literally already... Where did I see literally? Every spot where a rock could be placed already has rocks on top of it. That's what that says. But the trigger specifically mentions that we can't move any of the rocks already on the gate, so...
ちなみにその石を取り除くのは NG って誰が監視してる？
そういえば。
Wait, there's one person perfect for that job. Though I guess person isn't the right word. Yeah. Got a little Irie spy. Naughty, naughty. Don't break the rules. She's so happy about it.
アイリちゃんさ、そのフラグって俺が頼めばごまかしてもらうことってできるの？
ごまかす？
No.
どういうことでしょう？
つまり実際には達成してないけどフラグがクリア済みになるみたいなことをできないかって話。
お兄ちゃん。
I like how this is the one he asks that on, not the one that almost got him killed. Seriously, like, really? This is where you ask to, like, hey, let's let this one slide, not the one that you almost died. The sad face that she makes at me is enough to make me feel guilty, even though she's just an AI.
チート技ですね、わかります。チーターはしない。
And let's make it weird. About to make it weird.
それはそれ、これはこれ。今回はチート使わせるべきでしょ、上皇。
コナちゃんってさ、天才プログラマー。
その通りですが何か。
イルをハッキングしてアイリちゃんに細工するとかできない？
アイリタンを内側から凌辱しようとかどんだけ。
There it is. Make it weird. Why does she have to word it like that?
でも
Did you forget who you were talking to?
イルオのセキュリティとか半端ねえっす。さすがに天才の私でも解析して侵入するのに何ヶ月もかかると思う。ギリ。
Useless. It'd be faster for us to just stack rocks. Right. We should start doing that.
午後の鹿児島県種子島屋久島地方のお天気は晴れでしょう。明日8月22日の鹿児島県種子島屋久島地方のお天気は晴れでしょう。
Perhaps because she has nothing to do, Irie starts casually reporting the weather. Time's just ticking away. We should get started. Probably yes. Our first struggle came in the form of locating 36 rocks that were flat enough to stack. Combine that with setting geotags for each and every one, and suddenly a huge chunk of time had zoomed by. I'm trying to stack them as quickly as I can.
ダメだ。置く場所がない。
Given how the rocks on the gate haven't been blown off, they must be pretty stable. But the ones we try to put on top of those just won't sit still. Every rock I put on top of the gate just falls right off. This is going to require a gentler touch than I was prepared for. Oh boy. And so I decided to put this task to the side for now.
せっかく2人で来たわけだし、分担しようよ、コナちゃん。どっちがいい？ここで成功するまでひたすら石を積み続けるのと、洞窟の中でジオタグを3日連続3時間ずつひたすらポケコンでフォーカスし続けるのと。
Oh god, that's... Like, just thinking about that, it's like, oh.
作業分担って言ってるでしょ。
じゃあここ。
Damn, I would have picked this since... Right.
日焼けで肌がひどいことになると思うよ。
そんなこともあろうかと日焼け止め用意してきたんで、キリ。
I personally think Frau could use a bit of color, but oh well.
わかったよ。じゃあ俺洞窟行ってくるから石を積み上げたらこっちに合流して。
I doubt it'll take 3 hours to wrap that up.
逃げたら君をこの島にいさせなくしてやるんだ。よろしく。
なんという中二病的脅し文句。
Try not to grin. This cave here is called the Chikura Cavern. The entrance by the beach is low and narrow at first, but opens up into a wider space once you hit the ocean. At high tide, the waves push into the cave in several spots. There's room for about 1,000 people to sit inside. That's why Chikura is spelled using the kanji for 1,000 and sit. Or so said the sightseeing map. Locals like me rarely go out of their way to come here. It looks awesome. I would love to go to a place like this. That's why I even feel like I'm about to get lost. It doesn't help that I have no idea where this supposed geotag is. I gotta look around. After wandering for some 10 minutes, I finally locate the geotag on the wall. It's almost 1 p.m. There's clearly no reason for the geotag to be here. It's flag 313-16 times 3. What even? It reads flag 313-16 times 3, which would be odd to anyone who didn't already know what they were looking for. Folks would probably assume it was e-graffiti, or that visiting tourists stuck it here to commemorate their visit. But as someone who knows about the triggers, it's incredibly clear to me that this is a Kimijima report trigger. Did Ko Kimijima stand here 10 years ago and attach this geotag here? As my mind fills with these thoughts, I capture the tag within my phone trade screen. You know what'd be so cruel is if they made me actually look at this thing for 3 hours. That would be so ridiculous, and I would kind of respect it a little bit. I can't even play Kill Ballad to pass the time. I have to stay standing the whole time and hold my phone droid up. It might be summer, but the splashing waves are cold. This is gonna suck more than I thought. What about the tide? This place supposedly fills with seawater at high tide. I'll just book it if that happens. Yes, let's risk our life again. Boy, this guy. I guess I'll have Irie keep me company for now. By the time 3 hours had passed, I was dead. Standing up in and of itself wasn't so bad, but having to hold my phone droid up the whole time was worse than I expected. It certainly didn't help that the tide rose midway through and my feet were buried beneath the waves. God, that sounds awful! My shoes are soaked. I really should have worn sandals. I gotta do this for 2 more days? The Ko Kimijima is a sadist theory is gaining more and more traction. I collapse on the beach and the sand is toasty from absorbing the sunlight. But after spending 3 hours in the shade, the heat is kinda cozy. She still hasn't stacked them rocks. Frau looks like she's about to cry as she continues trying to stack rocks. Frau avoids making eye contact with me. Why she said that with the look of ecstasy on her face, I'll never know. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know Sisyphus was spelled that way. I thought it would... I don't know why. I thought it was a C. She's trying to escape from reality. Brown nods her head in response. Wait, hold on. Oh boy. Why did I even bring her along? I gather the tagged rocks and stand in front of the gate.
なんでこんなところで手こずらなくちゃいけないんだ。
I carefully placed the first rock on top of the gate, annoyed. It ended up taking a grand total of 2 hours to stack up 36 rocks. It's already dark. I'm not gonna lie, I still think my plan of like just geotagging the rocks that are already there, I think that would have counted. Gotta use a loophole. Since there are no streetlights anywhere, the moonlight serves as the only illumination. It's kind of a minor miracle that I activated a trigger in this darkness. The next day, I rouse Frau out of bed first thing in the morning, and we head to the swamp where the Candelia Candel are located. Activating the trigger requires me to take a picture of the flower and upload it. I looked it up beforehand, and apparently the Candelia Candel flower blooms in the beginning of summer. Since we're right in the middle of the season, I was worried there wouldn't be any flowers left. I remove my shoes and step into the swamp. I say swamp, but it's half dry, and start checking the Candelia Candel. I make Frau help, but only 10 minutes go by before she starts complaining. I end up doing the work myself. After about an hour, I finally find the flower in the question and grab a snapshot. As soon as I upload it, it's displayed on Eero. 3 hours of pain and suffering await me in that cave in the afternoon. But this time I make Frau help. The trigger requires 3 straight days with the same phone droid. So we take turns every 30 minutes to make it more bearable. The tide again starts to rise midway through, causing Frau to loudly panic as the waves cover our feet. The phone's ringing. I'd finally gotten to sleep, but now my brain's slowly rebooting itself. No, I don't want to wake up yet. It's summer break and way too early to be getting up. Ain't that the truth? I don't even know what time it is. All I know is that it's definitely the morning. I was planning on sleeping until noon today since I haven't even gotten to do that in a while. I fiddle with my phone droid at arm's reach and reject the call. Sound stops immediately, and that was the one person with all the answers we ever needed. We'll never talk to them. It's over. With this, I can go back to sleep. I grind my teeth and sit up. Looking at the clock, it's 10 in the morning. I was planning to sleep for 2 more hours. I pick up my phone droid as it continues to ring annoyingly.
Ohayo, Aki-chan.
Ohayo って時間じゃないよ。それより追放は見てないか。
今、アキちゃんに起こされたところだからね。
昨日も一昨日も部活サボって夜更かししてたの？
I guess I made her angry. It's not like there was anything for me to do these last few days. You should just let this slide.
まあいいや。これからハンガー行くからカイも来て。
今どこにいるわけ？
まだ家だよ。フラウ号がね、珍しくロボ部に招集かけたの。見せたいものがあるんだって。
Frau asked for us? Has hell frozen over?
これからそっち行くから準備しといてね。
俺寝起きなんだけど。
カイだってうちが寝起きなのに部屋に入ってくることあったでしょ。
それは学校に遅刻しそうなのにアキちゃんがちっとも起きようとしなかった時じゃない。
とにかく行くから。
Don't change the subject.
支度してね。
多いんだな。
What does Frau want to show us? Himejima report number 3? We haven't activated all the triggers. The earliest we can start looking for the report is at 4 o'clock. So what could it be? This is the 3rd time I've been summoned by Frau. The first was to help her move. Second time was to help her with the cheater hunt. She's probably gonna make me do something. Again.
行ってきます。
As soon as I exit my house, Akio is waiting for me outside. She's sitting against her scooter, looking at her phone droid. When I come outside, she raises her head and gives me a little wave.
おはよ
ちゃんと5分で支度したよ。
う。男の子は簡単でいいな。
で、コナちゃんの見せたいものって？
うちもさっぱり。1時間くらい前に急にツイポでつぶやいたの。その後はこっちからリプライ送っても電話しても連絡つかないし。
やれやれ。
I'd rather not get dragged all over by Frau's impulsive whims.
ねえ、カイ。
Akio is still leaning against the scooter. She makes no attempt to move. She looks down, kicking at the ground with the tip of her foot.
何？
昨日とか一昨日とかどこ行ってたの？
観光。
観光？嘘だ。
He's such a bad liar. Not really, in a way.
それが何？
I mean, no, but actually, yes.
宇宙が丘公園には行った？
行ってないけど。
It's then that Akio glances around and brings her face close to mine.
モノポールのことだけど、また落ちてた。
マジ？
Akio nods intensely. I mean, I already said that they were gonna start dropping.
そっか。アキちゃんはあんまりあそこ行かない方がいいよ。また落ちてくるかもしれないし、もし頭にぶつかったら大怪我するだろうから。
ねえ、やっぱりあれガンツク2のどこかに使えないかな？
アキちゃん一人で加工するつもり？爆発物かもしれないじゃないか。うかつに手を出すのは危なすぎる。
そうだけど。
どうしてもって言うならドクのところにでも持っていけば。
Akio gently shakes her head, a sad expression on her face.
無理。うちあそこ出禁になっちゃったから。
Excuse me?
あのじいさん怒らせちゃった？
うん。
I wonder what happened, but now's not the time to ask. I'd rather not get her started.
とにかくアキちゃんだけであれを扱うのは禁止。
じゃあJAXAに渡すとか。
Forbidden!
っていうのはダメだよね。カイ嫌がってたし。
They gotta be
他
secret.
のいつも世話になってる町工場に持ってけば。爆発覚悟で調べてくれる人はそうはいないだろうけどね。
うん。もうちょっと考えてみる。
Man, I was not expecting more monopoles. Despite the fact that you were literally warned that there would be more monopoles. Yejune was right. If I just leave things as is, the situation is gonna get complicated. I need to protect my little chunk of joy, no matter what. At the old airport, Frau was setting up a strange device on the apron. Juna had arrived earlier and she's helping. The device is about 20 centimeters wide and looks like a cylinder on its side. There are all kinds of sensors and cameras attached to it. There are 4 in total wired up to a phone droid. I thought it was Frau's phone droid at first, but it's actually Juna's. The devices are on tripods, placed to face each other diagonally. The camera's directions form a cross.
今日の朝届いた。深度センサー付きの RGB カメラ4台。
Oh! Cool.
これでモーション撮るわけだが。
Got it. So this is also we can capture movement for Model 2, like she mentioned before.
もう揃えたの？っていうか買ったの？
ネットでポチった。
Clickety click.
離島だからもっと時間かかると思ったけど、そんなことはなかったぜ。
いくら
4台で5万ちょい。
She's loaded. I'd expect no less from someone capable of buying an old hotel on a whim.
じゃあ純ちゃんの出番だね。
Juna opens her eyes wide.
モーションって？
Oh, you poor little guinea pig. He's apparently been setting up this equipment without knowing what it's used for.
そういえば話してなかったっけ？
I was so busy with the Kimijima reports that I haven't seen Juna for several days.
コナちゃんからキルバラシステムをやるにしてもゲームと全く同じ挙動だと難しいって話が出ててね。だからいっそロボ2号機用に専用のモーションを用意しようってなったのさ。
そうなの？うちも聞いてない。
そのうち話そうと思ってたんだけど、まさかこんなに早く機材が来るとは思ってなかったから。
Plus, Model 2's blueprints aren't even done yet. Having just the mocap equipment doesn't actually amount to much.
確かにキルバラのあの動きを現実で再現するなんて絶対無理だもんね。
で、元空手部の純ちゃんならモーションアクトじゃなくてアクトレスに適任でしょってこと。
私は何をすれば。
It's so bad for her. Bro whispers.
テスト？
機材がちゃんと動くか。
今からテストをするわけね。
Frau nods at my words and beckons Juna over. Juna looks puzzled, but does as told and stands in the center of the 4 cameras.
ここで動けば OK。前後左右から空手先輩の動
God,
き
stop, stop,
全部
stop,
ガチ
stop,
盗撮する
stop, 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 stop.
盗撮って
前後左右からどんな動きも絶対に見逃さない。絶対にだ。
Why is she getting so intense?
クラウド、あんまりジュンのことからかわないの。ほら、ジュンってば泣きそうになってるじゃん。クラウボーの方が後輩なんだからそういうことしない。
空手先輩ならペロペロしてもいい。
さすが変態。
Can we keep her like 10 feet away at all times? Just move her away. Keep a distance.
帰りたい。
I say we let her go. No, there,
モーショ
no.
ン担当は
Having
純
none
ちゃん
of
以外
this.
にいないよ。ロボ部で他に体を動かせる人間なんて誰もいないからね。
それについてはうちもジュンがいいと思うな。
Juna draws closer to Akiho and squirms, her face totally red.
でも私
Can we
大きい
just
ロボット
get her out of here?
等身大ロボットは怖いって言ってたけど、
Step to the
大ロ
side.
ボットも怖くなっちゃったの？
Juna nods apologetically.
この間の1号機くんのテストを見て大きくて倒れてきそうで怖くなっちゃって、だから今回のモーションのことだって適任なんかじゃないと思う。サブオペだって本当はあんまりやりたくないし。でもほら、モーション取るだけだからロボに乗ったりするわけじゃないし、ロボ1の時にもジュンは必殺技を一緒に考えてくれたでしょ。やっぱり空手をやってただけあってジュンの動きってうちらとは全然違うの。キレがあるっていうか芯が通ってるっていうか、うちらのふにゃふにゃした動きじゃなくてジュンのシャキッとした動きで取るべきだと思う。だからジュン、お願い。
Akio puts her hands together, and in the end, Juna nods meekly while still hanging her head. And this creature over here is still just creeping about. It just...
頑張ってみる。
Those her fingers. Ah, God, stop. It's so weird. She's as weak to pressure as always.
じゃあ、あとは夜。
Okay. I like this pose better. She's away.
ほらほら、どこ行くの？
Keep her in the corner. I grab Frau by the shoulder before she can scurry off.
これからテストするって言い出したのはコナちゃんでしょうか？
太陽が眩しくて。
She looks like she's about to melt away. Is this because I dragged her around to find the Kimijima reports over the last few days?
まるでゾンビだね。日中では生きられないって。
南国の日差しはガチで殺人光線だろ。上皇、こんなところで普通に過ごせるとか、先輩たちどんだけタフな。
フラウボー、せめてどうやってこの機材を使うかぐらい説明していってよ。
別に説明することなんてなくね。カメラの中心で動けばそれでいいわけだし、カメラとつなげたポケコンで録画ボタンを押せばそれで OK。
Simple enough.
純ちゃんさ、試しにちょっとやってみてよ。
どんな感じか試してみよう。そんないきなり。でもこの格好じゃ。いいからとりあえずなんだから。
Juna insists on changing clothes as tears form in her eyes. She's too embarrassed to perform in a skirt. Fair. Ironic, since I saw her practicing in the gym in her uniform before. Frau had her bring her gi with her. Right, I imagine she didn't think anyone was watching, though. Like, it takes her less than 5 minutes to change. I look at Juna's phone droid wired to the cameras and see her on screen. That said, the image output is totally different from when you capture something on screen normally. There are 3 images, and each one has a silhouette of Juna colored red, blue, and green. There's a screen swap button that swaps the feed between cam 1 to 4 at will. All cameras record at once.
じゃあとりあえず型でもやってみて。
Interesting.
スーパーはんぺんだっけ。スーパーリンペイ。
カメラは意識せずに動いてみて。
Juna looks embarrassed, but nonetheless bows before beginning her kata. I press the record button and film her from start to finish. I've seen her perform a few times now, and every time I can't help but think about how weak she looks. Rude. About a minute into her performance, she stops moving. Her expression hardens and she has tears in her eyes. Her gaze is focused on the camera right in front of her.
ジュン、どうしたの？カメラ意識しちゃった。頭の中真っ白になっちゃって。
Yikes. Her poor mental strength is out in full force. I mean, sure, there are cameras, but it's not like they're broadcasting to TVs or the internet.
ごめん。
Juna drops her shoulders and stops the performance.
まあ、これから慣れていけばいいよ。ねえ、フラウボ、今やったところだけでもこの場で見ることってできるの？
できる。
Frau swipes at the screen and a video player console appears at the bottom with play, rewind, and fast forward buttons. He presses rewind, allowing us to view what we just recorded. We try replaying it.
赤と青と緑の順だ。よかった。
Yeah, I hear it's harder to do certain things when you're on camera as opposed to, you know, just when you normally do them. I wouldn't know anything about that at all. Akio and Juna are also watching the video. The footage appears to have accurately captured Juna's movement. Since it records from all sides, I can actually recognize 3-dimensional movement.
これ使ってモーションいくつか作って、そしたらシステムに組み込むんで。じゃあ。
Frau attempts to bail yet again, but I stop her.
帰りたい。
Frau weakly clings to Juna's shoulders like she has anemia or something. Oh my god. Stop.
大丈夫？
Leave that poor girl alone!
私が元気になるための方法はただ一つ。メガネとヤシオ先輩の薄い本を読むことだ。キリ。
Not a single one of us know what she means by thin book, so all we can do is pretend we aren't listening.
モーションをいくつか作るって言ってもさ、 ロボ2号機はまだ設計図すらできてないんだけど。どう進めていけばいいわけ？
設計図できてからモーション取ればいいんじゃね？
Yeah. Remind me what the point of urgently gathering everyone here today was? I knew I should have stayed in bed.
腹減ったな。
I'm also hungry. Thanks for reminding me, Kaito. I guess I'll go grab a bite at a lunch joint or something. By the time I eat lunch and return to the hangar, Frau has vanished. I guess she really went home. It's noon right now. I need to head to Chikura Cavern soon, but I'm probably not going to be able to take Frau with me this time. To be perfectly honest, she hasn't been much help these last 2 days, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Akio comes running over.
うちちょっと蒲田モータース行ってくるね。
Kamada Motors is a local workshop in Nakatane-cho. It's in the neighborhood, so the robot club goes there for help once in a while. Not nearly as much as the robot clinic, though.
何しに？
ガンツク1のモーターのことで相談してくる。
へえ。
Akio is still attached to Model 1. I'm not that surprised. She did say she was going to keep working at it. Since she's banned from the robot clinic, she's trying to get help from the other workshops, I suppose.
カイはジュンのサポートしてあげて。あの子真面目すぎるところあるから。あれからずっと一人でテスト続けてる。
That would mean it's been about an hour. That's quite a while.
ごめんね。本当はうちが見ててあげたいんだけど。
Well, it's not like I have the time to spare either. Juno wears a serious expression on her face as she thrusts her fist forward, surrounded by mocap cameras. She's not actually performing a kata so much as she's doing basic karate training. The blazing sun is out in full force, so her forehead is covered with beads of sweat. The phrase single-minded comes to mind. Kaito, you don't even get to use the word single-minded. It's 2 words, but no, well. Still. She's so focused on the cameras before that she couldn't even move. She's clearly over that now. That's good. Actually, I didn't know Juno was even capable of looking like that. She looks way cooler, even gallant than when she was actually performing earlier. If she could be like this consistently, she'd have no problem at tournaments. But since she's already retired, I guess none of that matters anymore. It just means that in the end, her mental strength wasn't enough. I doubt she was able to ever show her true skills in front of all those people. But that kind of mental weakness is a lethal flaw for an athlete. Every time you participate in a match, there will always be your opponent or a judge, always someone watching. In some ways, it might be better to leave Juno alone while she does mocap. That way nobody can get in her way. To test this theory out, I intentionally make noise as I approach her. I think he just wanted to mess with her, but alright. Testing theories. Juno freezes in place the moment she spots me. She looks at me and forces out a smile.
どうぞ続けて。
At my urging, she goes back to her practice. But it's obvious from her movements that things have changed since I got here. She's weak-kneed, and there's no snap to her punches. Most of all, that coolness she had earlier is long gone. In its place, she looks like she's about to cry. Every time they're like, oh, she's crying. There are tears in her eyes. She's about to cry. I hate that. Stop. Stop making this poor little bean cry. Her gaze is unfocused and she keeps glancing at me. She really can't deal with the pressure. I mean, I feel like he should tell her, like, hey, you were doing pretty good earlier when you didn't know I was watching. Try, you know, focusing on that or something like that. Let her know that she was doing good, you know? Give her some positive reinforcement.
カメラには慣れた。
それはぼちぼち。
俺に気づく前の純ちゃんはすごくいい感じだったよ。
Beautiful. Love it. Love to see it.
そうかな。
自覚ないの？
ヤシオくんが来てからは恥ずかしさとか緊張とかであんまり見てほしくないなって思っちゃって。あ、ヤシオくんだからダメってわけじゃなくて、他の誰でもダメだと思う。
でも一人の時は集中できるでしょ。
うん。
だったらモーションについては純ちゃんに丸投げでいいかもね。
そんな困るよ。私一人じゃ何も。
でもこのままだと純ちゃんさ、ロボ部の中じゃ言われたことをやるだけの人になっちゃうよ。単に空手をやめて次の夢を見つけるまでの腰掛けなら別にいいけど、何もわからない分野だからって言われたことをやってるだけじゃ面白くないんじゃない？俺が偉そうに言えたことじゃないけどね。でもアキちゃんが抱いてる夢を叶えるためにはさ、スバルくんやコナちゃんだけじゃなくて君も大切なパズルの1ピースだと思ったりするんだよね。特にモーションを取るってのは肉体の動きをちゃんと理解してる人じゃないと。だから頑張ってよ、純ちゃん。
ヤシオくん。
That was surprisingly wholesome coming from him. Juna gets teary every time. She gets teary-eyed, like she's been deeply moved, but the good kind of teary-eyed this time.
そんな風に言ってくれるとすごく嬉しい。
Oh, just look at that obtuse angle smile.
あんまり足引っ張らないように
It's at least 180 degrees.
もう少し
No,
頑張ってみるね。
160. 180 would be a straight line. Whatever.
そうそう、その調子。
Big angle.
というわけで俺今日は用
It's
事ある。
funny to me that it's like a sharp angle.
あとよろしく。しばらくしたらアキちゃん帰って
I
く
should
る
have
だろう
known.
けど
I was like, oh, how wholesome. No, he was just trying to ditch her. That was his way of giving her just a little bit of a push so he could bail.
一人
I give Kaito too much credit sometimes. Juna is dumbfounded. I leave her on her own and jog over to the terminal. Peace. Now then, it's time for 3 hours of pain and suffering. I'm reluctant to do it, but if I quit now, the last 2 days will have been for nothing. Just as I sit down on my scooter, someone comes riding over on a bike.
あ、ヤシオくん。
Ah. Tanoji-san is wearing her JAXA uniform as usual. She must have cycled over from TNSC while wearing it again.
こんにちは。
I still love the fact that she bikes. That's so cute. I love that so much. She returns my greeting with a big smile.
こんにちは。どう？2号機の方は進展あった？
それはスバル君に聞いてよ。今のところ俺たちは彼の設計図待ちなんで。ちなみにそのシャツさ、汗で濡れてスケスケだよ。
やだ。ジロジロ見て
Stop
エッチだな。
That stuff. Cease at once. Tanoji-san wryly smiles as she covers her chest with her arms.
動揺しないんだ。
Oh boy.
まあ減るものじゃないしね。
Are all women from Tokyo like this? Pro's also a perv. No, these two have got to be exceptions to the rule.
ただやっぱりもうちょっとラフな格好で走りたいとは思うよ。さすがにこの島南国だけあったら暑いから予想以上に汗かいちゃった。
そりゃご苦労さんなことで。話をしに来たなら悪いけど今ここには純ちゃんしかいないからあんまり邪魔しないであげてよ。
ヤシオくんはどこか行っちゃうの？
まあね。
デート？
そんなところ。
I'm going in deep into a cave to have a secret tryst with a ghost girl only visible through Iruo.
じゃあごゆっくり。
I wave to Tenoji-san and head off on my scooter. Goodbye! The waves are starting to approach my feet. These last 3 days have been exactly the same. As it gets closer to the evening, The water starts creeping inward. By the end, it's up to my ankles. I'm not gonna get washed away or anything, but the inside of the cave is chilly, making the seawater feel colder. Plus, since I can't move from where I am, an unexpected amount of my body heat gets sapped away. I look at the clock on my phone droid. I've got about a minute before I hit 4 o'clock. I've been looking at the clock over and over for the last 30 minutes. Oh my god, if he drops it at like the 30-second mark, could you imagine? It's annoying how once I'm conscious of the time, it feels like the clock stops moving. But if I don't check it, I can't help but get insanely curious about what time it is. I want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. I want to be done with this for good. The more time passes, the stronger that feeling gets. Am I really gonna hang in there for 3 hours? Maybe this was supposed to be a test of willpower. I spent a total of 9 hours across 3 days in this cave, yet the only people I've seen were a young couple. The pair, likely in their 20s or so, saw that someone else was here and awkwardly fled. They just wanted to make out. It's in the middle of summer, and yet no tourists have visited the island's biggest tourism spot. I'm conflicted. Just a reminder of how far our little island has fallen. I get it. With no rocket launches as of late, why would anyone come here over Yakushima, the World Heritage Site? Meh, it's not like me feeling bad is going to fix anything. Yes! Victory! I hear Irie's voice coming from my phone droid. She's right, the time on my clock reads 4 o'clock. Glorious. Hey, I got praised. A bitter smile on my face, I finally exit the cave. I kick off my sandals and walk barefoot on the warm sand. It feels great. I want to just lie down and roll around for a bit, but the sand would get everywhere, so that's a hard pass. I take a breath and whip out my phone droid. I wonder, what could he possibly be about to open? Oh, not what I was expecting. Can you not phrase it like that? I feel like at this point, she's gonna come in from every direction. By the end of this game, she's gonna have come in from the bottom, the left, the right, and she's gonna have descended down from the heavens. I reappears on screen on her own. I tap her on the face, and she immediately turns into Gejine. Just... So now we just gotta find it. Despite making it visible, Gejine has no way of locating where it is, eh? Maybe out on the ocean? The Kimijima report's AR annotation is the classic power mark. I gotta find it. I guess I'll use Deloodle map to pick out potential spots. Oh, I have the power. I was expecting it to just open. All right. Oh, I have power. Okay. I have choices. I wasn't expecting this. What? So much pressure. Oh geez. Well, said obvious spots, so probably here, right? This is Hamada Swimming Beach. Chikura Cavern is nearby. Could the Kimijima report be here in the location that I literally just was a moment ago when I said I was going to start looking? Use a sponge. I'm doing things now. I was not expecting to actually be doing things. Still a little map to change locations. Okay. Kimijima report be here? Would it be? Up there, that's just Chikura Cavern. Cave is so massive that 1,000 people could sit down in it. We knew that. Alright. It is not here. Either that or I'm blind and or dumb. Alright. That's a nope. Okay, well, let's see. Where was the flower? They said where the flower was. I don't remember where they said the flower was. I'm gonna say it's definitely not the robot clinic. I don't think it's gonna be the hospital. Work. This is Hasei Park. Could the Kimijima report be here? Let's find out. Rocket launch station? This is for the JAXA. Something JAXA. No. It sure ain't B. I was not expecting agency, I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting to have to responsibility, you know? I guess the hospital, I don't, why would it be at the robot clinic? No, seems odd. Tanegashima Hospital, wait for it. It's gonna be the last place I look, so it's definitely gonna be the robot clinic. That's the wrong one. Hero, please. Hospital. Closed Saturday, Sunday, holidays. Don't get sick on Sunday. Everybody knows that. Hospital. No. Wow. I'm gonna be really embarrassed if it's not at the robot clinic and I just missed it somehow. There's no way, right? It's gotta be here. I'm not that blind. This is the robot clinic, you don't say. Kimijima report? I feel like I'm playing fucking Blue's Clues right now. Could it be here? Robot clinic. Owner, Tetsuhara Fujita. Alright. Are you serious? I actually missed it somewhere. There's no way! I'm amazed. I must have missed it somewhere, or maybe it's like, no, these are the only Oh, there's more locations. Okay. So there are 4 more possibilities. I'm gonna say, I'm trying to think of like general location. Like this seems specific to our group, right? Airport. Airport seems general. Like we use it, but it seems like a general area that they could have put Old Tanegashima Airport. Could it be here? Airport terminal. No trespassing. Too late for that. Oh, bikes. Conda Super Cup. Akio's bike. And can I, I wanna, no, move to the, thank you. Oh, that's his bike. Okay. Boy, it really is just gonna be in the last place I look, isn't it? Nope. Like, if it's at Frau's hotel place, like, why? just to mess with me. High school. I'm trying to think from the perspective of Kimijima, right? Like, he doesn't know any of these people. He died 10 years ago. So I'm trying to think of just maybe he left it at a random high school. This is my school. Could it be here? I just can't get over that. Oh, I already activated these. Neat. I don't see it. And it, like, I feel like it would be pretty, part of me is like, it's gonna be really small and hard to see. And another part of me is like, they wouldn't do that. Another part of me is like, they would totally do that. Your general store, could it be here? Beverage corner. Ice cold. A general store. Business hours. Great. You know what I'm not seeing is a little gosh darn power. It really is just gonna be at that random hotel, isn't it? Just the last place you look. The literal last location. Unless again, I didn't notice there were more of them. And a hotel where Frau lives. Could it be here? I mean, it has to be, right? It has to be. It's not. Why? Private property, no trespassing. Did I actually miss it somewhere? I'm looking with all of my look. All of my powers being channeled into my eyes for the sake of locating this object. And yet, I have failed. I have failed. Okay. Am I really just gonna have to go back through one at a time? I just must have not seen it somewhere. So here we go again. Like, this makes the most sense to me. Oh my god, that is subtle as all hell. I thought it was gonna be red. I was looking for a red. The first one was red, was it not? Okay. So they're gonna be camouflaged. Nice. That is insanely subtle. Okay. Got it. Boom. Beautiful. Flawless. First try. I knew it'd be here. I mean, I did too. The first place. I was literally like, this makes the most sense. Let me just smack my microphone. Okay. At the very least, I vindicated my own thought process, right? Like, I was right. It did make the most sense. I mean, it wasn't exactly secret. Like, it was pretty obvious, but still, you know, I got it. What a real pain. That was a real pain. Pro number 2 wouldn't have been so bad if it weren't for the typhoon's timing. That was the major issue. Yeah, the thing that almost literally killed you. Yeah, that was the main issue. But the triggers for this report were both time-consuming and a pain. Apparently, there are 7 reports in total. I wonder what the other triggers are going to be like. They might break me. Either way, it's time to take a look at this thing. All right. That being said, now that I know I'm looking for like camouflaged power nodes, that's gonna make finding other ones a little easier, because I was genuinely looking for like a little red symbol. All right. Oh boy, here we go. Still fresh in my... The other ones didn't do this. I read the other ones. Okay. It's still fresh in my mind that on February 1st, 2010, the President of the United States announced the end of the Constellation Project. His statement contained the following information. The budget saved from ending the Constellation program will increase funding to robot-led space exploration missions. Furthermore, it will support manned rocket development by a private enterprise, as well as fund development of next-generation engines that will send astronauts beyond low Earth orbit into deep space. That is what was said to the public. However, only few know that it is all preparation for Project Adam. Project Adam is led by the Tavistock Institute, operating under the Committee of 300, agreed upon as Plan Number 114 of the Human Ranch Project. After Project Noah ended in failure in 2009, this project was seen as a similarly promising venture by the Committee of 300. Specifically, it would directly interfere with the sun at its period of maximum activity, artificially create a solar corona, then release it as a solar magnetic storm. Oh God, that doesn't seem safe. The resulting solar disturbance would be the largest in history. Expected damage would be the annihilation of roughly half the human population, with massive changes to the global environment further increasing the number of dead. The goal is to kill off 5 billion people. The project was based off of NASA research predicting that the sun would enter a period of maximum activity for 10 years starting in 2012. Tavistock knew of this in 2006 and began their propaganda operations. NASA's research was purposely leaked to the world, and in 2009, a Hollywood movie that pictured the world's destruction in 2012 was created. At the same time, the Committee of 300 learned from a report by NASA's Interstellar Boundary Explorer, IBEX, that the reason for the sun's increased activity was the influence of an interstellar-sized energy ribbon, cosmic string, drawing close to the solar system. Project Adam was further adjusted, and they moved to execute the plan in 2015. However, as the execution of Project Adam would cause mass chaos around the world, wealthy people connected to the Committee of 300 would be given refuge and shelters either on the moon or deep underground. Reaching the moon would not be done by launching rockets from Earth, but by constructing a space elevator with carbon nanotubes, then flying to the moon from geosynchronous orbit. However, due to the low prospect of completion by 2015, the construction of underground shelters is currently the more realistic option. They clearly haven't hired Seto Kaiba. He did that. For several years after 2015, human habitation on the surface would be difficult to impossible due to the environmental changes. The only planned activity on the surface would be by livestock, humans included, and the autonomous robots that will manage them. Project Mars, running concurrently with Project Adam, will have companies around the world under the Committee of 300's influence develop and build robots by 2012. This explosive technological progress will make autonomous, life-size robots mainstream by 2015. Research on giant robots for military use will also begin. Project Mars will be explained another time. For now, know that no-name companies in 2009 that have become top global corporations by 2015 will all be connected directly to the Committee of 300. Oh dear. Japan's exoskeleton, I can read. Japan's exoskeleton, America's US Robocom, and the United Kingdom's Liverpool Tech are companies that should be watched diligently. The amount of information here is dizzying. But still, there's one name that stands out to me. That's... Yikes. That's yikes. I never expected to see that name show up in a conspiracy theory from a decade ago. It's just coincidence, not to mention the fact that Mitsa, who works for them, and is very high up, very specifically was like, don't look into this. Don't do it. Because that's something innocent people say. That's something that completely unrelated parties say. Is it unavoidable? Thank you. I end up reading too much into her words. Really? Too much? Reading too much? I desperately want all this to be coincidence. I mean, Misane only joined Xske 2 years ago. She had nothing to do with the company at the time this report was written. And she's not even part of the top brass. She's just a test pilot and a PR girl.
でもだったらあの電話は
But okay, I thought she was high up, but I guess that's not high up.
君島レポートのことは忘れて。これ以上探してはいけないわ。
That, like again, these aren't the words of a unrelated, uninterested party. These are the words of a
どう
villain.
いう意味なんだよ
Not to mention, Misane apparently knew Koki Mijima.
愛梨ちゃんさ
はい、お天気情報ですか？
Yes, that's exactly what he
じ
wants.
ゃな
Yep,
くて
you
ミサ
nailed
姉
it.
とは友達だったって言ってたよね
ミサネじゃなくてミサキですが。
君島コーとミサ姉って会って話したりしてた
してましたけど、ミサキはマスターと話すよりアイリと話す時間の方が多かったです。何しろミサキはアイリの初めてのお友達ですから。
Aw.
それにマ
Sweet.
スターはあまり人と話したがりませんでした。
ミサ姉と君島コーは何を話してた
ミサキはマスターにたまに質問をしていましたよ。マスターに興味を持っていたんじゃないでしょうか。
どんな質問
アイリの機能について、イルオで何ができるかについて、東京のことについて、結婚しているかどうかについて、種子島での住み心地について、まとめるとそれくらいです。
It's all just small talk. But I mean, that's normal, right? Misane was only a high schooler at the time. Koki Mijima was the amazing guy from Tokyo who made Irie and Iruo. It'd be odd if Misane wasn't interested.
親しい様子だった
アイリの方が親しかったです。会話を交わした延べ時間はアイリの方が上です。
It almost sounds like Irie is competing with Remaster or something. Or maybe that's just how important her relationship with Misane was, especially as her first friend.
あの二人が口論してたりしたこと
口論ですか？ありませんよ。もしそんなことがあったら、アイリは悲しいです。
Is she really remembering things correctly? Irie's an AI. Unlike humans, her past experiences don't grow hazy over time. It's all stored server-side, supposedly. I have no idea how she works.
君のマスターの映像ってさどこかに残ってないのできれば閲覧したいんだけど
ないです。
ない一つも
Irie answers with a smile.
マスターはそういう映像をアイリとゲジネを使って徹底的に消させたんです。だからないです。
Koki Mijima erased them himself. Because he was pursued by the Committee of 300? Because he didn't want anyone to recognize his face?
愛梨ちゃんの記憶から
Just had a
映像を
really-
引っ張り出すことが
A really dumb thought. What if... This is so stupid I don't even want to say it, but... What if Koki Mijima didn't actually die? And it's actually... Michi undercover. That's so stupid. But now I can't... Like, that's gonna be my... I'm gonna assume that going forward. I'm gonna just... Michi is Koki Mijima. That's the lore. Irie shakes her head, looking like she wants to say, "That's outrageous."
そんな機能はありません。
It's outrageous. I love it.
そう
But I'm curious about Misane. I get the feeling if I search for more Kimijima reports, I'll learn something that I'll regret ever knowing.
もしこれ以上関わるなら、カイ、あなたはきっと後悔することになる。
Again, that sure doesn't sound like a villain to me. I really am starting to regret it. Regret it, Misane. I thought it was a question mark. There's a side of you unknown to me attached to these reports. I just hope I'm overthinking things.
愛梨ちゃん、君島レポートって7つあるんだよね。残り全部のフラグを教えてくれない？
じゃあゲジネにしてください。
It's a real pain to have to do this every single time. Blah, no point in pushing back. I tap Irie's face. I don't know why I just get the urge to like, don't punch the AI. I won't punch the AI. It's
ゲジネモードに移行します。こんにちは、ヤシオさん。君島レポートナンバー4についての情報をお伝えします。なお、レポートナンバー5以降についてはナンバー4を入手していないためフラグ情報がロックされています。
oh, so you can't even see the triggers until you get the previous one.
そうなの？
はい。
I guess I gotta do this in order. I mean, that makes sense. You sure made this whole thing a huge pain, Koki Mijima-san.
レポートナンバー4の AR アノテーションは詳細な場所について現在不明となっています。 AR アノテーションを可視化するためのフラグをダウンロードします。完了。レポートナンバー4のフラグをお伝えします。1、君島レポートナンバー3を発見している。
Checkmate.
ゲジネ
Got
に
it.
注釈。
I don't know why I said
フ
checkmate.
ラグ
Check.
1はすでに達成済み。2、種子島の4カ所のおすすめポイントから撮影したロケットの打ち上げ写真をビルオにアップロードする。
That one might be an issue.
おすすめポイントの4カ所は以下の通りです。
I mean, unless you can like find pictures of old rocket launches
長谷展望公園、宇宙が丘公園、七色坂観望台。
from these specific locations. That might be an issue.
3、ロボクリニックに保管されているゴジロウくんを起動する。4、
Kojiro-kun.
ジオタグを付与した火縄銃を1発以上試射する。以上です。
What? It's just so random. But yeah, number 3 is going to be an issue.
勘弁してよ。さらにめんどくさくなってる上に実行不可能なものまであるじゃないの。ロケット打ち上げ写真をアップロードってそもそもこの4年くらい打ち上げられてないし、ゴジロウくんって誰だよ知らないし、火縄銃なんて撃たせてもらえないし危ないし。
We've hit very hard on the difficulty scale. I'm already feeling bummed out. I was planning on collecting all 7 reports, but now...
とりあえずじっくり方法を考えるしかなさそうだ。
I decide to head home for the day, completely discouraged.
ええ、こちらはあなた方が歓迎すべき情報をお伝えする用意があります。はい、とある実証実験の結果についてといえばお分かりなのでは？そういうことです。今この場でご判断を。これ以上は待てません。感謝します。つきましてはぜひ会っていただきたい人物がいるのですが、ええ、もちろん例の計画に関係する人物ですよ。少なくともあなた方を失望はさせないとお約束します。はい、詳細は追ってくれぐれも内密にお願いします。では。
They hung up first. I take a small breath. I look outside the window and see the prominent form of Mount Fuji in the distance. When I first saw it, I was overwhelmed by its majesty. Now I've grown accustomed to seeing it and feel nothing.
通話終了。
Just a real
工場のカメラに戻して。
box of sunshine, you know? My phone droid sitting on the dashboard returns to the screen from just before the call. It shows the inside of Exoskeleton Company's Aichi factory, my current destination. I can monitor it in real time. This factory is one of several X-Scad factories in Japan, but is equipped with the most cutting-edge technology. It's less of a production factory and more of a laboratory for building prototype units. Shown on the monitor is the rapid prototyping that Exoskeleton Company takes pride in. It's what you would call a 3D printer. It takes three-dimensional data and builds it in reality. It's not meant for mass production. But that's not necessarily necessary when it comes to building a few prototype models. Rapid prototyping is optimal for this. It's a marvel that makes me feel like I was an idiot for drawing blueprints in notebooks in the past. On screen, I see the latest hug prototype taking form before my eyes. It's quite large compared to previous hugs, because this one was made for combat. We've already reached the sales ceiling for medical care power-assisted suits. In fact, you could say we've sold too many. Exoskeleton Company is now moving away from it. I was joking! I was literally joking! Exoskeleton Company is now moving away from medical care and into military and police service. I was joking. In reality, the military and police units of various nations worldwide have already started adopting hugs. I can't believe I was joking! No, let's turn the military into an Iron Man. Let's go. I mutter to myself and turn off the monitor. That's crazy. Okay, I think this is where I'm gonna call it. Leave it on an epic I called it moment. I didn't, I was joking. Alright. Goodbye.